Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, all. Hope we've all had a good weekend. Hope we're all good. Hope we've all had a good week last week as well. So it is Monday. So Mondays is our gridding week, gridding day. So last week we did deep healing. So hopefully last week, if you were in a situation where you needed a bit of healing, the energies of the grid we put together reached you and helped you to go through. Good morning, Leslie Davis. I hope you're well. A sunny morning, is it? I'm in the workshop room, and there's no windows here. And when I got off the bus, it was still pitch black, but the moon was out because tonight is the full moon. So it was really nice to see her shining bright, and she's nearly at the fullness. She was nearly there, but she was beautiful. Leslie, Patricia, how are you from the Isle of Man? Hope you're well. Lovely to see you here. Good morning, Sam. Hope you're well. Shardy, I'm doing good. I've had a beautiful weekend. Saturday, I had me Crystal Connections. So I had some amazing people come. We connected to black tourmaline, we connected to clear quartz, and every single one of them felt that difference, felt the difference between black tourmaline and queer quartz. Queer quartz. No, clear quartz. You do get that quite a lot with clear quartz. When it was my week to attune to clear quartz, it started off with clear quartz, but then as the weeks went on, queer quartz was coming into it, and quite a few people do. But hey, it's all good. So we had a good Saturday, and then yesterday we had a wonderful Calvary with some good friends. So that was really nice, a real good weekend. Morning, Janet. Hope you're well. So today we're going to be doing the grid, and it's going to be for transition. And you guys can do this at home. I'm not here to show you the right way to do a grid. I'm here to show you my way of doing a grid, and you guys can do your way. So Saturday, we looked at the crystals in the shop. The card was already pulled. A lovely lady came into the shop last week, and I got her to pull the card for this week for transition. So we looked at our crystals and we thought transition. And to keep that thought, that word in our mind, we looked at the crystals and saw what jumped out at us. So that's what we're going to grid with today. And for you guys at home, do the same. Look at your crystals. Think of that word transition. I mean, transition. What does that mean to you? What are you going through at the moment that is that transition? You know, from last week to this week, it's a Monday. It's the start of a new week. And that's a transition. Is there something from last week, from last Monday, that makes you feel different to this Monday? Have you gone through that transition? Your energies, your job in itself, you know, have you got a new job that's giving you a new energy that you feel positive from? You know, we transition so many times. You know, it's that new chapter, that new energy that's come in, new relationship, new opportunities, anything that's coming in. You know, we're still in January, we're still in the first month, so we have got this new energy of 2022. So just really think to yourselves now, and just really think, what can I link to transition? What am I going through that's bringing in that energy of transition? Good morning, Claire. Nice of you to join us. And the board I'm using, the Yantra board I'm using, is the heart chakra, the green energy in the sternum. And I'm choosing the heart chakra, because this is our chakra. This is for us. Self-love, self-worth, self-acceptance. So this isn't for anybody else's transition. This is for us to get us through this week, to get us through this relationship, this energy, this, we've got the full moon coming in tonight. So again, the moon itself is transitioning from waxing to fullness. And then in the next couple of days, it's going into the waning period. So just really feel about that transition. Is there a change coming? Are you going through that change? Have you been through that change? Really see how that goes. And the heart chakra is your personal. It's for us, me. Concentrate on yourself. And this yantra board was gifted to us for our wedding present by the lovely lady that makes these yantras. So these are, all of our yantra boards are made by Esther Richardson from Moon Kestrel's Nest. And this is on ash. She very sneakily got us to choose the bit of wood. She sent us a message to say, I've got somebody wanting a yantra and I want your opinion on what is the best board to put it on. So she sent us some pictures and we chose this gorgeous bit of ash. And then she put the heart chakra symbol onto it. So this bit of board has very, very big meanings for us because she's a lovely girl. We are looking into getting Esther to give us some of these boards. So we don't sell them at the moment, but always drop her a message to see what boards she's got available, because they're absolutely beautiful. They're really nice to work with. So drop Esther a message, but we are looking into grabbing a couple offer to have in the shop. So, yeah, that'll be a nice thing to do because they are brilliant. I love these boards. Shadi, transition to Aquarius energy this week. Yes, we go into the water carrier. We go into the air sign. So again, that is another transition. Are you sick of this Earth Capricorn energy? And then you want to go into the air energy. So beautiful. So we're going to start with the grid. Now, when we're going through a transition, we want it to be as smooth as possible. Okay, sometimes we get dropped to the deep end. Sometimes these transitions just pop up unexpected and as a surprise, and whoa, really knock us off our path. So when this happens, we want our energies to be as calm and as soothing as possible. Now, on the card here, the person's put lepidolite in the center. Absolutely. However, we don't have any lepidolite at the moment. We've got some coming tomorrow. But what I'm going to put in the middle is demorturite. Demorturite is a beautiful, let me drop down so you can see this in full. So we've got the gorgeous demorturite coming in here, which is for the third eye. So the thoughts, the thinking, as we just said, we're going into the Aquarius energy. So Aquarius is the air sign. So this is all about your mind, your thoughts, your ideas, your dreams, your inspirations. Everything starts with a thought, with that spark in the mind. So we've got demorturite coming in here, bringing a soothing, calming, gentle energy. So if we have had this transition, this change, this new chapter come about unexpectedly, demorturite is going to keep you calm through this transition. It's going to be like, okay, I wasn't expecting that today. Never mind. Let's just go with the flow. Go with that fluidity. Go with what you've got to deal with. So beautiful center crystal there, bringing in the calmness. Then I'm going to bring in Botswana agate. Absolutely love Botswana agate. These crystals are what they say on the tin. They come from Botswana, and they're known as the stone of change. So they help with that change, and especially with habits, bad habits, addictions, anything that you recognize of, oh, actually, I could do with shifting that on. Botswana agate is great for that. And the agate there really connects to our sacral chakra. And our sacral chakra is our emotional cupboard. It's the chakra that makes us feel. So how do we feel with these changes? How do we feel with that door closing and the other door opening? How are we feeling with those energies? So Botswana agate, beautiful, lovely crystal, complements the mortuorite really well. The mortuorite, soft, gentle, don't react, just go with the flow. The change of Botswana agate helping you to accept those changes. Then we've got labradorite. So these crystals here are coming in for protection, and especially if we're working on a spiritual level. If you may have gone through a bit of a development, you may have made a bit of progress on your spiritual journey where, oh, okay, I am no longer that, I am now this. Like Saturday, with the amount of people that came in and found that difference between connecting to black tourmaline to connecting to clear quartz. So many of them got that, yes, I can feel those differences. So they're now on that new path. They're now on that new discovery of going about connecting to other crystals and feeling those energies. So labradorite is coming in here as a spiritual protector, heightening your intuition. So with that transition, you've got your intuition here to go, what's this about? Why are you going through this change? Why is this happening? So labradorite is heightening that, but there is a protection there. If we're meditating, if we're going out of body, if we're working with spirit, labradorite has a beautiful protection shield, helping us to work. Because when we're going through this change, like a butterfly, when it transitions from a caterpillar into a butterfly, that transitional change, when it's in its chrysalis, it's very vulnerable. It's like a spider, when a spider sheds its skin, when it's grown, and that's what transition can be, is that growth. So when that spider sheds its skin, for the first few hours, it's vulnerable because its exoskeleton is very soft, very likely to be damaged. So when we're going through this transition, we could be quite vulnerable for the first part of it. So bringing labradorite into this is a good protection while we're going through that change. Then, when we're going through this, we really could do with that healing. So I'm bringing in amethyst celestials here. So these amethyst, it's your general healer. From the top of your head to the tip of your toe, it heals. And this is same with the transition. So many things can be linked under that word transition. So amethyst is just here to go, whatever that is, whatever this change is, I want you to know that amethyst has got us covered. It's coming in with that beautiful energy. And the celestial in the amethyst is that higher vibration. It's that higher knowing. So again, helping us with that growth. If we're connecting to our higher self, if we're just growing within ourselves, then that celestial energy is just accompanying us as we're growing. So beautiful combination there. Let me just get rid of that banner so you can see this grid. Hopefully you can see this grid better. And then we're bringing in some high vibe guys. So we're bringing in Azeshulite and Damberite. So these are the high flyers. So I'm bringing in the Azeshulites because it's a higher vibrational quartz. So it's really getting us into that knowing stage, getting into our crown chakra and helping us to advance, bringing in the clarity, bringing in the focus, which is what we know the quartz family to do. So really focusing on that moment, not sitting around with our head in the sand. We're acknowledging, we're putting this in there. And Damberite is a beautiful, beautiful crystal for bringing in the light. Really helps with the change, helps to connect the heart chakra, which is the board we're using, with the crown chakra. So helping us to really feel with our heart and feel with our head, bringing those two together. But with Azeshulite, with Damberite, we're bringing in the light. We need to realize that what this change is, what this transition is, it's positive, helping us seeing it for the best. And although it could be upsetting if we're losing a job or if we're losing a relationship, somebody who has been by our side, we need to see that that is the right thing to do. So Damberite alongside Azeshulite helps us to keep that positive frequency, bringing in that light. If there is a darkness within this transition, they'll help you see the light. And with all that high vibe, with all that energy going, bzzz, you know, because Azeshulite is, rocket fuel and Damberite is just crazy. We do need to ground. And so I'm bringing in Shungite to go around just to help with purification. So as I said, we've got Azeshulite there with the clarity, with that focus. But then we've got Shungite here that purifies, making sure that our intent, if we want to bring in this change, if we want to break that cycle, if we're in that stage where we're just going round in circles and we just can't seem to break that cycle and go into something new, then bring in Shungite, allow that purification to happen. The Azeshulite with the focus and the clarity of, I want this to end. I want this door to close. I want a new door to open. I want that change. I want a transition from what I'm doing at the moment. So Shungite is brilliant there for bringing in that purification and making sure we're going through that. So that is our grid for this week. So that will be up in the shop, in the shop window to bring out that transition. Obviously, let me know what crystals you're thinking of. What crystals would you need for transition? And your grid doesn't need to be as elaborate as this. I'm just bringing in different combinations and different crystals to give you guys a little bit of idea of, oh, if you've got that crystal, put that in your grid. And again, if I know so many of you love gridding and you love working with the grids, if you do make a grid, send me a picture. I'd love to put that on the business page on Facebook. I love seeing other people's creative ideas when it comes to gridding. You are not wrong when it comes to grids. Okay, all you need is your intent. So the intent for this week is transition. I need to shed that skin. I need to move forward. I'm struggling to move forward. I need to bring in that change. I need to bring in that break for me to move on to the next level, to the next frequency. So gorgeous energies. Absolutely love it. And Danburite, shut up, Daniel. The Mortuorite, the blue crystal in the middle, that is going to be the crystal for the week. So Wednesday morning, I'll be coming on here to tell you all about the Mortuorite, the chemical, the Mohs scale, the spiritualness, everything about it. So any questions? I'll wait for a couple of minutes to let me know what you think of this grid. What would you do? What crystals would you bring in for the grid? And what crystals are you taking away? Hopefully I've inspired some people to sit there and go, oh, actually, I'm going to get my tumbles out. And if you've got multiples of the same crystal, then don't keep them in a jar. Don't keep them in a bowl. Get them out. Grid on your bedside table, grid on your coffee table, a surface in the kitchen, somewhere in your bathroom. If there's a little space, make a little grid. Even if you've got 4 amethysts and 1 clear quartz, you can make a grid. Put that clear quartz in the middle, put the 4 pieces of amethyst in a square. That's a grid. You don't have to go all out like we've done. Just have a play about, get your crystals out and see what comes. If you don't have multiples of crystals, if you only have 1 of everything, then make an altar. If we've got 1 of something and we put them together, we're making more of an altar than we are a grid. So just do that. Just have them in a little cluster or in a little line, and just bring some crystals that you feel is going to help you transition, that's going to help you through this change. Okay. Shadi, I'm picking all your favorites this morning. Yeah, they're great. A couple of my favorites are on there. Danburite. I was so close to changing my name to Danburite. And when this business was first coming into transition, when it was first coming into the mind, I was torn between Danrox or Danburite. But Danrox won. Sally, how are you, gorgeous lady? Long time no see. Good morning, Dan. Thank you for this beautiful video and grid. And the theme was spot on. I feel like I have been treading water and need to bring change about. Sending lots of love and hugs to you. Thank you, Sally. And yeah, we could be sitting there. I never make New Year's resolutions. It's such a big commitment to make a New Year's resolution for the next 12 months. I make my little changes through the moon cycles. So every new moon, I look at the last moon cycle, see what's happened there, what's changed, what have I let go of, what do I want to work on more for the next moon cycle, and I make them there. So bringing in that is good. So at the moment, if we've thought, yes, 2022, I'm going to do this, do that, and now we're getting into the midway of January, and some of us might be feeling that little bit like, yeah, I'm not really progressing much. Yeah, I'm not really doing that. The weather can turn us, how cold it is. Jack Frost was about this morning on the cars. So when we've got that cold weather, we're less likely to be motivated. So help to bring in that grid, help to bring in those energies, and hopefully we get that motivation. We've got Botswana agate on this grid, and agate is good for motivation. Carnelian, sunstone, real bringing those fire crystals. Garnet, help you to move them along. Victoria, thank you, sweetheart. Really enjoyed your video this morning. Very informative. Thank you. Lois, late this morning, Dan, but this grid is beautiful. new to gridding, enjoy learning. Thank you. Yeah, and don't, you cannot be wrong. Transition. I mean, this word is so personal to each and every single one of us. Even the word grief, we all experience that in different ways. So if we were all here in this room and I got the crystals out and I was like, right, grid for transition, grid for what you want to change, we will all pick different crystals. We will all do a different grid. So no, I don't want your grid to look like mine. I want your grid to look like you, what you need. So you can't be wrong. Don't be put off by that. Okay. Nikki, loved the grid this morning. Spot on for me. Thank you, beautiful. And looking forward to seeing you later, because tonight we've got the full moon. About 11:30 at this evening, it goes into fullness, the wolf moon. So, be careful of the howling wolves. Be careful of the werewolves out there. And I've got a lovely group of people coming for the full moon gathering. So we're going to look at a crystal that's going to help us at this moment in time, go through a meditation. And more importantly, we're going to grid for the full moon. So I'm looking forward to that this evening. Whatever you're doing to honor the full moon, I hope it's all good. Remember, if you're going to be charging your crystals, okay, I know the full moon, we charge our crystals. Only charge the crystals that we have worked with through this moon cycle, okay? I hear so many people saying, I've got all my crystals out. I've put all my crystals out for the full moon. If you've not used it, it's not going to need charging. Yeah, that's like me. Last night, I've charged my phone up. I've not brought it with me today. And then tonight when I get home, I'm going to put it on charge. Why do I need to put it on charge? It was charged last night. I've not used it. It's not going to need charging. So only bring out the crystals that you've used, that you've slept with, that you've carried with, that you've gridded with. Any crystals that you've used. I mean, I normally started from the new moon. Any crystals that I've used, they normally have a gathering. I normally keep them in one place, and obviously I cleanse them often. But then when it gets to the full moon, that little gang of crystals go then to be honored for the full moon. You don't need to take your crystals out. Okay, I live in a very dodgy area. There's no way I'll put my crystals out to charge, because in the morning they'll perhaps all be gone. Again, you don't have to put them on the windowsill. Sometimes you could be advertising what you've got. If you're putting great big crystals in your windowsill, you're an advertising board. Look at what I've got. Look what you could take home with you. So I leave them on the table, and I just honor, and I just put that intent, and I let them know tonight's a full moon. You're going to charge tonight. And I'm putting that intent. It's a full moon tonight, charge. And that's all I do. So, yeah, don't go breaking your back, putting your crystals out, and especially if you've not used them. Okay. So I'm going to let you all go. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope to see you Wednesday when we get to talk all about the mortuorite. And then Friday, again, will be our little card readings. So have a good one. Remember, if you can't heal yourself, how the hell are you going to heal somebody else? And I will see you all soon. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Love you lots. Full moon blessings. Bye. Oh, Sally, is your full moon gathering live or in person only? It's only in person only. Gosh, it's been 2 years since I've done face-to-face workshops, gatherings, and I am loving being with people. So yeah, there's only 6 of us, 7 including me, and we just gather around and we just work on the full moon energy, see what we want to bring in, what we want to focus on under the full moon energy. So yeah, sorry, but it is just in person. Thank you so much, Leslie. And thank you, Leslie Patricia. See you all soon. Bye.